It's the brother from another mother podcast.
Yes, what's going on, people? Welcome back. It is your soon-to-be favourite podcast, the BFAM podcast with the brother from another mother. DJ Switch, Mr. Alizé, we are in the building. Before we start, I want to put out there that this is a serious episode. There's a trigger warning and a lot of stuff in this episode. So if, I'll put it to you, you're in a better place to explain than I am. So,
yeah, so without going into so much details, I just feel this podcast had to happen in a sense of for people like ourselves, people coming to an age where financial how do you call it?
preparedness, stability and preparedness.
Preparedness is vital in a country where everything is up and down. You don't know what's going to happen next. People losing trust in leaders and government, all sorts. You don't know. You need to look after yourself, and you need to secure the people around you. So this episode is more for that, to kind of give you a heads up, to give you a prompt, to push you in the right direction per se, and we will obviously give our opinion and our advice and things that maybe we are doing to obviously secure our own financial safety. Okay, so yeah, just jump into it.
We will get back to the fun stuff, but this is a pertinent topic that's raised its head recently that we can't let go by.
Yes.
Yeah? Cool. All right. So, Mr. Alizé, take it away.
Yes. So, all right. So we're talking about our financial well-being, financial safety. There are loads of ways to go about that. So, first thing I would always say is obviously to do a proper deep dive into your finances. Look at what you got coming in and going out. Make sure that you can afford the stuff that's going in and out first and foremost, because you don't want to be someone that's got loads of outgoings but you haven't got enough ingoing. That's already a red flag already. So from the get go, you gotta live by your means. If you're only bringing in, say, 1,500, don't be spending £2,000 every month, because you're always going to be in the red. Always be. What do you think?
No, that's exactly it. Live within your means. I mean, as a people, but it's not even just like our age group or anything. It's a very common thing now to want to have and to be able to not stunt or show off, but to feel that the luxury of having.
Yeah.
So people will live way beyond their means, and with so many financial products now that are enabling such behaviors, I would say, like your Klarnas, your ClearPlay, your all the finance options and everything, and that's open to damn near everyone and anyone now. It's very easy to fall into like those kind of traps and stuff like that. So it's very important to be strong-willed with your wants and your needs. So when I deliver this kind of training and stuff, it's all about balancing out your wants and your needs.
Okay.
Like, I want a new car right now.
Yeah.
But I don't need a new car right now.
Yeah.
So I'm having to be very, very disciplined with myself and say, no, stay your ass in this car for now. Yeah. Just ride it out with this car till the end of the year, and then maybe you'll be in a better position to do something about it then.
Absolutely.
It's difficult though.
I can guess.
Difficult though.
I could guess. It's not hard. It's hard. No, it's not hard. It is hard to when you want something and you have to decide. I can't do. So you gotta have mental willpower.
Yeah.
And then when you see things in the shop, it's just to walk past it. Try not to look at it, because I can tell you this stuff that I want. Like, I've messaged you about something I wanted, and then you give me like the pros and cons, and I'm like, yeah, I don't really need it right now.
Yeah, and it's even more difficult now with social media and stuff. Like, you spend most of your time just swiping, and then these adverts and stuff are just there consistently. Like, consistently just there in your face on repeat.
Yeah.
So it's just reaffirming that, yeah, look, it's here. You want it, you can get it.
Yeah, it's clearly spying on our conversations.
Of course
and
it is.
everything. So like, I keep getting this advert for the those tripod cameras.
Oh, the ones that move and follow you around.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I had those come up like on Temu and this and that. And I'm like, I never even spoke about saying I wanted it, but now you're making me want it. And it's coming, and I'm having to swipe, and the desire is slowly growing.
Yeah,
but I don't really need it for anything.
This is the problem, and that's that. I'm really not good at that whole discipline stuff. Like, I have, so obviously all of this podcast kit. I've got a GoPro. I've got a 360 camera that records in 360 degrees at all times. Ask me the last time I used it.
How long?
I don't know. I don't think I've actually used it properly yet. But now I've seen like that, like you said, the one that follows you around. Like, I want that. Why? Use the GoPro. Use the 360 camera. Or, just...
Yeah. There's stuff, you've got stuff.
Yeah, I've got stuff. I've got more than enough stuff.
But you want more stuff. And that's kind of...
That's the way of the world, though, isn't it?
It's the way of the world, but it's also the way social media is also pumping it into our faces.
It's conditioning us to think that we need more than what we have.
Exactly, and we need to... That's probably the next step, is to know what you need and what you don't need. And
yeah,
it's kinda
100%. Like, I think it might have been Lethal B that said it. He was like, if I can't buy it 3 times over without it impacting me, then I'm not going to buy it.
Yeah, I've heard that same quote, but I've heard it asked twice. But even if you say the same thing,
Yeah.
if I can't buy it multiple times, then I can't afford it.
Yeah.
So, so that's the first thing, is obviously checking to see your ins and outs and all the rest of it, making sure that your bank account is sorted. Then obviously you want to check like your direct debits and...
How do you keep track of all of that stuff?
So luckily on the app that I use, because I bank with Santander, they have a section where you can see all your direct debits. And so for me, over the year, until I got like really financial savvy, because I had a lot of help. I've had asked people, I've looked on YouTube, I've spoken to you about it a couple of times, and then I've thought, let me just properly get into it, because for me to get to where I need to be, get on top of my finances. For me to be the man that I want to be, I want to be married and all the rest of it, I need to be a man that's on top of my finances. I look. There's a section on the app where you can look at your direct debits and you can see when it's coming out. You can obviously change the dates and when it comes out, or you can just cancel them straight. So I looked at all these direct debits. I was like, wait, I don't know what that is. Because like they have random names, and so it's like, these people could have been taking money from me for
no ages, reason. And you
and
wouldn't know.
I had no idea. So I just delete, and I wait for when they email me, say, oh, your direct debit cancelled, and it has the name of the product. And
then you reinstate
it.
Yeah.
So when I noticed that some of them didn't come back to me, I was like, these people were taking money from me.
Yeah.
So I'm losing out. I was probably losing out maybe £40 to £50.
That's a lot, you know.
When you think about it, over the course of the months,
that's a lot.
That's a lot of money, and I didn't know how long that was going on for.
Yeah. See, I have a Santander account, but I mainly use my Monzo for day to day because it has like the live running totals and all of those kind of features. But I'm very old school. I have a spreadsheet where I just have all of my incomings on one side, all of my outgoings on one side, and I can see, okay, boom, 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 boom. And
that works.
Yeah, and that works for me. But that's one thing that's really important. It's not going to be a one-size-fits-all thing for everybody. There's going to be things that work for me that don't work for you. There's going to be things that work for you that don't work for whoever's watching and things like that. So it's all, your personal finance is exactly that. It's personal, innit? So it's how you feel comfortable recording, reflecting, all of that stuff. So, but yeah, I tell you what I didn't like, you know, Monzo, I don't know if you have Monzo, they did like a, you know, Spotify Wrapped?
Yes.
Where it shows you who you was listening to, yada, 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 yada. Monzo did a Wrapped of where you spend your money. Yeah.
I remember I got one, but I didn't look.
I was in like the top 3% for Uber Eats.
Wow.
Top 3.
That says that says a lot.
When I saw that, I said, yo. No. Never again.
He's top customer.
Top customer. No, we can't do this again.
Come next year, you got to be out of that top 3.
I don't even want to be in the top anything. I don't want to chart. I don't want to be in the top of anything.
That's a strange comment for people, you know, like, I don't want to chart. Like,
no, I don't want. I don't
chart.
want that recognition. I don't want that award. I'm sorry, no. So yeah, being on top of your incomings and your outgoings, that's a really important one as well. What's next?
The next one would be to, I would say, if you haven't got it already, a savings account.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't have to be a fancy one to start off with. I would say down the line you might want one that gives you interest and builds up your money over time. But to start off with, just have a saving account where you can put money and try and forget about it.
That's my problem. I'm not gonna forget about it because my current account and my savings account, Santander, like I said, when you log into the app, both the accounts are shown. So it's very difficult to log in and see, oh, right, there's two money over there still, you know, like, let me just get a quick, yeah, it's long. It's long. So I don't know. I think the easier way to do it might even just be, if you got somebody trustworthy, just say, boom, I'm going to transfer you X every month, just hold that for me. And then before you know it, cool. Like there's apps and stuff that do it, like Plum, I think is one.
Plum is one.
This is not an ad.
It's not effort, but Money Box is another one.
Lockbox was one.
Lockbox is one I used a few years ago.
Yeah, I used that a few years ago as well.
So I was doing like £20 every month. Then I got to the point where I was putting like, I think £70 a month.
Yeah.
On like my third year.
That was a credit builder as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, so to help build up my credit as well. So it worked out that at the end of the year I get my lump sum of my money. And my
minus the thing. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, that's cool. But yeah, being able to save is a big one, but it's not an easy one.
No, it's
in
not,
times where everything costs so much, like salaries are the only thing that hasn't grown in the economy.
And that's so strange. But then I don't get it. I don't get why everything's increased, but salary won't increase. You think, okay, everything's increased in money, but you still want us to pay with the same salary that you're giving us year on year to pay for the things that have increased. But now I'm now left out, and I have less.
Yeah. So being able, like, what I don't want is for anybody to feel any form of pressure or self-judgment or anything like that if you can't save some money. Like it's mad difficult. The times where we are now, it's mad difficult.
It's not easy.
Like by the time I get paid and pay everything that I've got to pay, brother, it might be £10-15. I can say, yeah, cool, man's gonna save that. And there's no shame or no badness in that.
No, not at all.
Like it's what you can do, innit? You can, like my wife says, you can only do what you can do, and that's it.
Wise words. Absolutely, you can only do what you can do. We're not here to judge you or to say, oh, you should be putting more away, because
anybody who turns to you and says, oh, well, you should be putting more away, ask them to contribute to this more, because evidently they've got it.
Clearly, if they think, oh, you should be putting more away, then help me.
Then exactly. So give me some now.
Yeah.
Like people with this Barclays thing. You see this Barclays thing the other day?
I saw the Barclays thing.
If you did it, you're a special kind of person. I'm trying not to cuss. You're special. You are something else. If you anticipated going to the cash point with your own account, your own bank card that you use on a day-to-day, and withdrawing so-called free money, hats off to you.
Imagine free money on your account that they won't trace it back.
When was the last time anybody gave you anything for free apart from attitude? Because that's the only thing that people get for free.
Yeah.
Attitude.
For free. Anyway. So, savings account. Then there's other forms of like ISAs and stuff like that. There's so many different types of ISAs, so many different APRs for ISAs. So definitely, in terms for yourself, look into it. Look into what you can afford, because obviously certain ISAs demand you put a certain amount of money in. Some of them, like there's government schemes and stuff where you have to put a certain amount of money in by the end of the year, and there's ones that help you to get houses. There's other ones to help you just build a deposit. There's so many different types of ISAs. So definitely look into, because there's also ISAs where you put in but you can't withdraw.
Yeah. I've seen those, and that would probably be the best one for me, to be honest. Because once I put it in there, I can't take it out.
So and then the one I saw was like, I think it goes for like 10 years before I can touch it. Yeah. So you've been putting money. You know, for 10 years you can't touch that money.
I'm just not going to put anything in there. I'm going to be so real. I'm just not going to.
But then that kind of defeats the object of having it there, because it will help build. You're putting the money, you're getting interest on it, that's growing the money as well. But then 10 years you can't touch that money.
So what, if I start now, I can take it out for like my 50th birthday?
Close to it.
Some Vegas blowout money or something like that.
Hey, it's not bad.
But that's frivolous, and that's exactly what we're saying we should have done. So that was probably not the right thing to say.
Probably not.
That was probably not the right thing to say on this episode.
You probably say, oh, after that you went and say, oh, just go on a family holiday, or you say just buy another car, but that 10 years from now, or do up your house. You know, put that deposit towards. Maybe donate it to Jada or whatever. Blood it out.
You just because it's her birthday today, yeah. You want me to save money for 10 years and then give it to my child?
Hey, I've got thinking in
what kind of fantastic father do you take me for?
The greatest. I expect you to be the greatest. That's what I see. The greatest. A legend.
That is
a legend in the game.
Hey, what's next?
All right, so
because she's gonna watch this,
and then she'll be like, Dada.
She'll comment. Watch.
She's like, oh, so you're doing that, yeah?
Yeah. 10 years. She'll be like, what, let me mark down the date.
So another one would be if when you're working to set up a pension.
Yeah.
So you have that with your workplace. Normally, you're signing automatically when you join.
Yeah, workplace pensions.
Your workplace pension.
And you contribute up to, is it up to 6%? It depends by workplace, right?
Depends on workplace.
Yeah, I know my last one was up to 6%, so I was paying in 6. They was paying in 6.
Yeah, so mine is similar-ish. I think it's lower, but it's similar-ish. But I got loads of other benefits to mine as well. So yeah, with that, you have to set that up. If you haven't already got one, I would suggest getting one, only because it's another great way of saving money. And obviously, you have this pot to access once you retire, because you don't want to get to the point where...
What's the retirement age right now?
So retirement age has increased. I think it's 65, 67, somewhere around that mark. I was talking about it with my colleague. She was saying, like, when she first started working, this is an older colleague, obviously, it was 55. Now it's gone up by 10 years.
Okay.
And that's in what, like...
So you might just never get it.
You might not, but where we're talking is that you're gonna get to that age, you know.
Yeah, of course.
Get to that age where you get to retire and you get to be in full health. You know, we pray that in Jesus' name.
Amen.
So yeah, you have a pension and have that available to yourself, because like, you don't want to get to the age of 60 and you're now thinking, I still have to work.
Yeah, that's...
You're thinking that I still have to maybe go part-time and still have to bring in income because bills are not getting covered.
Yeah.
You know? At that age, you want to start enjoying yourself traveling. Like, I see people's parents are traveling left, right, and everywhere. Like, taking pictures, and that's what they should be doing. They should be enjoying their old age rather than thinking, oh, when's my next
feeling
shift?
Pressure.
Oh, I've got this bill to pay. I've got to go and do how many odd shifts, you know? Or this bill's come up. I'm getting red letters. That should never be the case at that age. You shouldn't be having that kind of stress, especially at that age. You know, blood pressure and all the rest of it.
Oh, mate.
It's a big thing. So, yeah, definitely have that in place.
Okay. So, workplace pension, ISAs, savings account, and being on top of your incoming and outgoings. That's what we got so far. That's
what we got. So, but there's loads of other options. It's not saying that you have to take every single option I'm going to give you. There's loads of options. So, there's something like having an emergency fund. So, it's just in case the worst of the worst happens, you lose your job and you're out of work for a long period of time, if you've been contributing to this fund and kind of keep a blind eye to it, then that happens. You know, you've got money you can
fall back on.
You know, rather than you think, I'm gonna have to go take up a. I'm not saying this is bad or anything like delivery job or whatever, or take up a shop.
Go and do something that you wouldn't regularly do.
You know, because like I know people that have gone and had high power jobs and gone and are doing delivery jobs or working in restaurants or whatever. Not that those jobs are bad, because we've all been there at one stage in our lives where we were doing those jobs. Mm-hmm. So I don't. That's money. Money's money. You know, you don't look at it. I don't look at it differently just because I was here and I was here. Money's money.
Yeah.
If it pays the bills, it pays the bills.
That's it.
Simple as. Then you got like and then there's other things like, say if you're in debt and stuff, there's plans for that as well to try and get yourself out of debt. There's loads of different companies that do that as well. I think some of the ones that we mentioned as well also do some kind of debt recovery plan to kind of get you back into into the green or
into the black.
Black. That's the color. Into the black, and then help you to save further to continue your recovery, improve your credit, and all the rest of it. Estate plans and stuff like that. So like having a plan for your estate and your family. Obviously, I'm guessing this will also include maybe things like your will and stuff like that. And
have you got a will?
I don't have one yet, but with recent circumstances, it's made me have to think of probably making one. Not that I want to think that far ahead. But
yeah, it's we're at that point now where we have to start taking these things that little bit more seriously. Hence the episode. You know, we're on the run up to 40 now.
Yeah.
So if there was a time where we have to start being adults, if it hasn't been and gone yet, then it's definitely now.
Of course.
So yeah, the estate planning, wills. You got life insurance?
I do.
Yeah. You got what's the other one? Income protection.
I don't.
That's one that I've got. So I did mine and my wife's life insurance quite recently, maybe 5 or 6 months ago, and the guy was saying that we need to get income protection as well. So if either of us was sick to the point where we can't work, they would match what our salary is for X amount of time so that the bills and everything can still be paid, regardless if we've gone down to one salary. Because what you don't want is somebody to be sick, God forbid, touch wood, obviously, and then the well one has the additional pressures of not only caring for the sick one, but now having to
pay all the bills,
make the ends meet on half of what was coming in in the first place. So yeah, income protection is definitely something. I think, definitely something to take a browse into.
I'll definitely look into that. Considering my situation and whatnot, I'll definitely look into that. Then there's obviously there's loads of different insurance. So there's insurance in case, say, one of you became, God forbid, touch wood, if say someone became disabled, and stuff like that, or became injured, like it doesn't work. So I'm guessing the income
protection covers that. But
well.
There's loads of different, and it doesn't have to be expensive.
No, it doesn't. And there's actual professionals that will help you with all of this. So you can meet financial professionals that will talk you through all these options with you and help
make one that's best fit for your current circumstance. So
you don't have to do it alone. You don't have to just like go on the internet and just pick the one that comes up first. Or
compare the market kind of thing. It's not car insurance. There's support out there. Okay, cool. So to recap, we've got income protection, life insurance, ISAs, pensions, savings account, and keeping on top of your money. So money management.
Money management, yeah.
Okay.
Then there's further things of investment, as in you can buy shares and stuff like that. That obviously this is to your own. You have to obviously have certain precautions with this because it's not guaranteed that you put investment and it's going to make you money. You have to look at the market. You have to look at what's happening in the world. You need to look at the previous history, where they're projecting to go, all that kind of information you need to look at. Again, if you talk to maybe a financial broker or investment planner, they will obviously advise you accordingly. But investments is probably another way to put money. If you've got surplus money, and you don't know what to do with it, or it's just building up, maybe look at getting some investments, some things that will grow you money. Even it doesn't have to be a wild investment. If it's making you maybe a couple hundred, couple thousand every year, that's fine. It's something better than nothing, you know. So investing in things that you know that will build your wealth, and also give you something to rely on later on down the line. If you said, I need to sell it, but you know it's grown 4 or 5% over the years, you know that you're getting that as profits. Yeah. And then another thing would be like, also if you're working in certain companies, to maximize the benefits you get at your workplace, in the sense of they might have certain plans and things that they can do to help you, to help maybe to incentivize you to work more, do things like my workplace. They say, well, if you're not sick over the course of the year, they'll give you X amount of money, or they'll give you extra days and things. So that's extra money that's coming my way that I can put towards savings.
Okay.
So
exploring the in situ workplace benefits kind of thing.
So my workplace, there's loads of other benefits for if you're available to work and you're able to do this. Like I do overtime, I do bank, so I get that money. I save it. If it's not going on a bill I need to pay, I save it. There's no point. There's no point it staying in my current account because I know I'll spend it. I know I'll spend it. So it'll end up going on my son's frivolous desires, or
Roblox money, or whatever it's called, V-Bucks.
Right now it's books. Which I'm glad he's reading, but it's books. He's like, I need that book. I need to finish the collection. I'm like, okay. So I bought him 2 books in 2 weeks, and he's already boxed them off. I'm like,
Yeah.
So I need to put into savings before all of that. So that's another way to kind of angle it. So you're already going to be at work if you're working, and so look at your contract, look at your workplace internal website, intranet. That's the what I was looking for. Intranet, and look at the benefits they give you, because sometimes it'll be things like free gym or free, and that's, you're paying for the gym. You didn't know you got free access to gym. There you go. That's a saving right there. But that's what you need to look at when you look at money management. You need to look at all these different things and think, okay, where can I be saving money? Because if I can get access to free gym here, why am I paying £40 odd, maybe more, for a gym, for the same kind of gym? It might be a little step down, but the workout is still the same.
Yeah, exactly. Gym is gym.
Gym is gym. And so then there's other things that they give you access to, like I've just remembered that my workplace do free wheel writing.
Oh, okay, cool.
So it literally just came back to my mind now, thinking about the intranet. I remember seeing it there. So I'll go there and go, okay, cool, I need to get that in place. You know, so they offer those things, and then especially because of, like, if you work in the NHS, they have blue light cards and all this other thing.
Yeah,
where
there's
so many discounts, and it's not just for NHS workers. For if you work in the fire brigade, or your emergency worker, your key worker. There's so many discounts available to you. So
I feel like teachers and teaching assistants and stuff get it as well, you know?
Yes, they do. They also see it as key workers. So they will be under that umbrella and also get access to those discounts. And so there's so many different things in there. I could literally, like, me and my sister have been looking at them for years and making discounts and savings here and there and there. Like, obviously during COVID, it was more like comfort clothes and stuff like that, like tracksuits and stuff, where we're getting it for like 50% off and stuff like that, because we were at home.
What a time it was.
Oh, yeah.
Lockdown. Clubhouse. What a time it was.
Yeah, absolutely. But then, like, if say something like that was to happen again, and you're at home, like, are you in a position where you could financially look after yourself? Because bills were still coming, even though for some companies they were doing like a freeze and stuff, but eventually they came back.
I'd be screwed if we went into lockdown, because, like, the entertainment industry would close again, and that's it. Income in the wind. Finished. Done.
So then you need to have a plan B, in a sense.
Boy,
and it's not easy. It's easy to think of one.
Have to go back to Domino's.
But then like I said, money's money.
Yeah, that's it. The realness is the realness, boy.
It's got to be and then, so those are loads of the techniques, different avenues that you can go down to say if you wanted to save and to be more money savvy, to be maybe ahead of the game even in terms of like investments and stuff like that. So it's just things that I feel at our age we should know, things that we should be implementing and looking to the future, because tomorrow's not promised. And tomorrow comes and you're not around, what's there looking, what is going to be there to help your family get through? What's going to help them pay their bills? How them because things say, God forbid, touch wood, that one of our was the past, funerals are expensive.
Yeah.
And then your life insurance comes and a big chunk of that's going towards that. Then you got towards the house bills and all the rest of it. And then, like you said, you've got one person with the income of two people now having to deal with that. And it's a lot. But then if you've got certain things in place and you know, okay, there's savings here, there was pension coming in, and you think, then you know, at least I can draw from all of these things and help keep me going until I sort out my situation and where I can live accordingly. Because it's stuff I don't wish on anybody. I don't want my child to think, oh, you know, I wasn't prepared, and then time comes and now I'm lumping all of that on him.
On him.
Because that's a lot of pressure, and I see it. I'm seeing it. And it's a lot of pressure, and the person and the people don't. Some people don't do well under pressure. So rather than to get into that situation, be prepared. People, please be prepared. Be ready. Have things in place. You know.
Stay ready, then you ain't got to get ready.
Absolutely.
Wow. Like we said, it was a serious topic for today. Like we're going to call this one real talk because it was necessary. But again, it's not a pressure exuding circumstance. It's mainly for informative purposes. Just get ready, innit? Yeah. Well, thank you for watching, people. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share the wisdom, the knowledge that Mr. Alize was dropping on you guys today for your head tops. No sound effects in it. Yeah. Don't worry, man. Edit that in post. It's cool. Right, people, we'll be back same time next week with a more light-hearted episode. But for now, we was here. We out. Peace.
It's the brother from another mother podcast.